All right, folks. Welcome to
Good
the Sidekick
evening.
Show.
Yes, the Sidekick Show with Ashcan and the Chad.
And
We're the sidekicks on other panels. You see us there every day of the week on other panels, but this one is the Sidekick Show where we rule the roost. So we do have a guest tonight. Yes, it is supposed to be epic cop watch. He's epically late this evening, which shows he might be, but that's okay. We won't hold it against him. Not much, but a little bit. Hey Ash.
yeah, just a little.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna get
early.
he's gonna get told when he gets here. But we have sent him the stream. He's aware. He knows he's supposed to be here. We got Crafty Cat in the house. Hello, Crafty.
All right, folks. So,
We're just waiting on Epic. Hopefully, he'll be here very, very shortly. But so how's your
first
week
off,
been, Ash?
it's been a little busy. As you know, I got the Feed the Homeless
Yes,
Christmas
that's going quite
campaign.
well from anonymous donations.
Yes, I managed to be able to pay for everything and then a little bit more. There are some things that I wasn't able to get, but those are just extras that if I'm able to, I'm able to. But my main goal was to feed them on Christmas Day, about 10 of them. And trust me, they're going to have turkey, ham, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, mixed vegetables, gravy, some chocolates, and I got a few little gifts that that they'll need, like a couple pairs of socks, a pair of gloves, a toque. So I pretty much got that stuff together. There are a few other little things that if I if I'm able to get them, I'd like to add them, and that's like some hygiene products and that. Um,
Wow, you've done well, man.
yeah.
They're gonna be very. They're you're gonna make their Christmas, man. Seriously.
Well, uh, it's making my Christmas by doing this. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, yeah, it's making your Christmas by doing it, but it's also seeing the smiles on their faces. What's making your Christmas?
oh, shit. That uh, uh, person that I told you about, he is in
Mount
the
Guilt
chat right.
911. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, he
Welcome.
is. Uh,
Always welcome a new 1A to the community, or if you're Canadian, it's a 2B.
okay, let me just. I'm gonna post this first because you gotta post it first, and then you can pin it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can go up here.
You're getting the link up there, are you?
Uh, yes, I'm trying to, anyways. Um,
So, just a reminder for everybody that's here now in the show, that's watching,
the link
and
up there, are you? Yes, I'm wow. Trying. What's
just a reminder, like I was saying, yeah, there are links there. So the link is there. Now, how we do it here on the Sidekick Show, just a reminder for everybody, is we prefer that if you have a question, you can come up, ask your question, and then drop back down. Ask your question or two, like give the host the time to answer it. You can stay up as long as he's answering your question, but we prefer if you drop down so that others get an opportunity to come up and speak with our guest as well. So, and if you don't feel like coming up, Well, you can always ask questions in the chat. As well. So this is so technically this is our last interview show before the before New Year's. We are going to do a New Year's Eve show, but this is our last interview show of 2021. And I got to say, we've had quite, for the few shows we've done so far, we've had quite the epic shows, haven't we, Ash?
Yeah. Done a few now. What's this, number 6 or something? Six or seven?
6 or 7. Well, if we count the Thanksgiving show that we did, which was our test show.
You mean the
Remembrance Day show. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, being a hoser and forgetting. But yeah, so like I said, we've had quite a few epic shows. I have to say, it's been.
Yes, Kat, we are waiting for epic.
Yes.
So
yes, we are waiting for epic.
If anybody sees him in the chat, tell him to get his butt over here. We're waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I think I heard something.
Yeah, that's the new fellow there in the chat. His device is not connected, so he's there, but he's not able to. His mic, your mic's not going to work. It says device not connected means your mic or cam is not going to work. So drop yourself out and try to come back up again, and it should work.
No, I can't do an overlay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it says not connected, which means that we even tried to bring him up at all. We're not going to be able to hear him. So.
There he is. Oh. Okay.
There he is.
Okay, you can shut your cam off if you want, or you can leave it on. It's up to you. Come on up. How are you, sir?
Somehow I have to pump up the volume here. I can't hear you guys. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh. How?
We can hear you, yep.
This is the first time I've done this, so give me a few minutes here. I'll get it figured out.
Okay.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Now, for those that don't know, this is a new 1A in the 1A community.
Is that a sheriff's badge?
I can't hear you guys, and I can't see you. All I can see is some icons here.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
Well,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we usually.
Oh, yeah. We can hear you.
I can barely hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. I pumped up the volume
How's
here.
that? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, that's better now.
Okay. So, I heard that you were having some problems.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just left a scathing review of my lawyer here, Sean Hayes of North Carolina. And that's his website there.
Okay.
And I left a scathing review. Well, let me introduce myself first. My name's Sandy.
Oh.
Email sandymoonstone@yahoo.com.
Maybe should.
It's his choice. If he wishes to give his name out, that's his choice. Ash.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, so I left a scathing review of this lazy, no good lawyer on Google Maps, right? I just recently did that. So now I'm getting hang-up calls all across the country from Hawaii to Washington, D.C. Look at this. Those are all hang-ups. You see the 808 call, 808 from
Holy
Hawaii? All hang-ups from Hawaii to 518, that's New York. Every state in between. Hang-up calls. I've got all hang-up calls. All hang-up calls. Now it's getting less because I keep my phone turned off.
Well,
December 2. December 2, what do I got here? 202. That's Washington, D.C.
yeah.
202-455-8888. Because of this Sean Hayes, the lazy lawyer. He's contacting probably his lawyer friends. Every state, Hawaii, New York, Washington, D.C., Orlando, Ohio, every state you can think of. I have to keep my phone turned off.
Wow. So is that a real sheriff's badge by chance?
Yeah, so be careful. I'm going to arrest you. No. No, I do. I've been doing First Amendment audits at national state parks. And this is from, one of the state parks. I won't say which one. But it's just from the gift shop.
Oh, okay.
I know, it looks kind of real.
It does, yeah.
Well,
Okay, so I can go over a few of my highlights of my story if you want to hear it.
yeah, please.
Okay,
Sure,
so I moved into Mount Gilead, North Carolina in 2012. In 2019, the cops broke into my home in violation of the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution, unreasonable searches and seizures. And I say this because they didn't call first. I was away on vacation, come back, find out they broke in, found out they didn't call me. And the thing is, every year for the 7 previous years, I go away on vacation at the same time. Go away for a week. Hey, and their excuse is that a welfare check on me, right? Well, what I'm saying is, why didn't they do welfare checks on me for the past 7 years? You know, why do they all of a sudden want to do a welfare check on me? Well, because they want to snoop around in violation of. So after that, what I do is wherever I go, when I'm walking, when I'm driving on my bicycle, I have 2 cameras with me. My phone, Sony Handycam. And that's why I caught all these embarrassing videos of the crazy people of Mount Gilead, North Carolina. The school, January 2020, last year, a school bus crashed backwards into a stone wall. They tried to sweep that under the rug and hide it. I'm the only one that recorded it and put it out in public, right? A few months later, in March of 2020, I see this golf cart coming down the road, driven by a child, full of children. So I recorded that. I told the kids, hey, you gotta have seatbelts, you gotta have a driver's license, you gotta have a registration. And what they turned that into is that, well, I stalk little children. That's what the restraining order says. And that's what Sean, this crazy lawyer, Sean, did nothing about. The restraining order says, I wait at the school bus and scare the little children. They're afraid to get off the school bus. Well, if my lawyer did any work and talked to the school bus driver, talked to the parents, talked to the neighbors, talked to the police to find out I'm not around the school bus at all. He did nothing. He's a lazy, no good lawyer that just takes money. So then it gets more scary. So then in June, one of the people in the neighborhood that I've never seen before, I'm getting into my car, he comes to my home, yells at me. As soon as I turn around, he takes the phone right out of my hand. A A week later, he stalks me up a dark street. The next day, my tires cut. And the police are doing nothing about this. Then one of the parents, probably of the golf cart or the school bus, on a dark and rainy night, I'll never forget this, it's raining and it's dark. He's pounding on my doors and windows at night, and I've never seen the guy, right? I call 911. The 911 operator says, "Do you know this guy?" And I said, "No." And she says, "I think you do." Why would she say such a thing? Unless the police and the neighbors and they conspired to do something to harass me. And then when the cops showed up, is the same cop. If you see my videos, right? These are my most important videos. Mount Gilead 911 and the Mount Gilead Cop 1, Cop 2. I catch him standing behind me without a mask in a store. I catch him. I go to the police department, and he runs. I point the camera at him, and he runs away, drives away through a red light. Right? I made it look pretty foolish. So when that crazy guy was punching my windows in the dark and stormy night, who shows up? The cop that I embarrassed, and he didn't help me. And then when they served the restraining order, they did that at 1 o'clock in the morning. The same cop that I recorded, made him look foolish. It was him and a sheriff at 1 o'clock in the morning that they had to give me the restraining order. It says, "Oh, I stalked little children at the school bus and scared the little kids and approached them because I made a video about a golf cart." To me, I say the parents are the ones that are endangering the children by letting them drive golf carts and crashing school buses backwards into stone walls. Oh, and then another thing in this restraining order says, I record women's rear ends and post them. This is in the court order. Well, if you look at any of my videos, you'll never see any of that stuff. It was a bunch of crazy allegations, accusations with no details. There's no details, no dates, no times. What are we saying? What are we doing? There's none of that. No details. So I left. I'm traveling across the country now. I was afraid for my life to be in that town. So those are the highlights.
Wow.
Are you still there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear-
we're still here.
I hear silence.
No. Yeah.
We're still here. We were just intently listening.
Yeah. It's a crazy story, I know.
There's you're in what state again?
I'm not going to say, but I'm not in Mount Gilead, North Carolina anymore.
Okay. Because there's we have contact with a lot of different auditors, and there's a lot down the eastern seaboard, everywhere from New York to Florida.
Yeah.
And some of the biggest ones out there that could really probably help you are right around that area.
Yeah, well, I'm far away from that area. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen Jersey Watcher, Mass Audits.
NC Tyrant Hunter. Then you got Rogue Nation, Acura Amanda. They have that ANN. They have their own channel on Roku. And they do, that's all they do is stuff like this too, eh? So, there's a whole group of them from the Florida area that, and you got Chuck Bronson also. He's part of ANN. That stands for Activism News Network on Roku.
Yeah, I've seen most of them. I've seen the NC Tyrant Hunter and Acura Amanda, and yeah, I like what they're doing. That's what I do. Whenever I see the cops, I point the camera at them. Another thing I was doing to embarrass the cops is whenever they drove by, I would hold my camera like this, right? Give them a thumbs up going by. Yeah, they're not going to forget me. But I'm heading in the other direction. A little bit more to the story is when I moved into Mount Gilead, North Carolina. That's where that's like a dumping ground for dogs. The first day I saw 3 dead dogs beside the road. I've been in the park and I've seen people drive up into the park and just dump their dogs out and drive away. That's the way those kind of people are. But that
Yeah.
doesn't really apply to me. But my landlord, I think he wanted to get me out, right? I can supply names and numbers of the people that collected my rent, and they can tell you that I paid my rent a week ahead of time, kept the place property nice and clean. I was always a good neighbor, but he wanted me out for some reason. I think it's because his maintenance man. He calls him his right hand man. I call him his right hand thug. I watched him cut up his ex-wife's house with a chainsaw and knock the palm tree down with a pickup truck. The guy was crazy, right? So I wanted to, at first, when I first met him, I found out he was Connecticut. So we got along a little bit in the beginning because we're both a couple of damn Yankees, right? But then when he did that, I went over to his ex-wife's house, Rachel. I tried to talk with her. I said, because I knew she was watching us talk. I just wanted to say, I knew he was upset about divorce. I didn't know he was going to go to that extent of cutting up her house with a chainsaw. But she never came to the door. So I put a little note into the door or in the mailbox saying, what I saw, what I was thinking, right? Years go by. She takes him back. And he would visit her every noontime. He puts a plate on his car that says Mad Max. He would visit her every noontime. She took him back after all that craziness, right? He found that letter. Years later, he follows me, stalks me up the road. I take a left, he takes a left, I take a right, he takes a right, follows me, throws the letter at me, says that's his wife. And he's all red in the face like he's going to kill me, right? So that's the maintenance man of my apartment. Now he doesn't like me, right? He broke a window in my car. And what I think is he wanted my apartment because it's right across from his ex-wife, right? To keep an eye on her, or maybe he wanted the apartment for his kid. Right? That's the way that's the way the landlord tried to get me out, to use him to get me out, to support his right-hand thug man. And so he would the landlord would put in crazy people like Chris McNew, who threatened to break my jaw, and he shot himself in the arm at my front door. I have pictures of the blood at my front door. It was actually, I'm glad to be out of there and that I made it out alive. You still
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
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 We're still here.
Sounds like you got corrupt landlords just the same as we do here. I was robbed for everything I owned. Got locked out of my apartment at 5:00 at night. Never seen any of my stuff again.
Well, that sounds illegal to change the locks without telling you.
Hey, I've been fighting this for a while. I've gone through every level of government to the point where I've had the Prime Minister use Elections Canada to send the cops to my door. Like, I raise a lot of shit too.
Yeah. Well, I always tried to be a good neighbor. But another thing I think would happen when I started carrying, because of after the police broke in and I'm carrying cameras around, maybe the neighbors got paranoid and think that I'm recording them, which I wasn't. I was just ready for the police at any minute, which I caught them. Officer Miller, I caught he stopped me 4 times within 5 months over crazy things. I was taking a video of a cat in a window at a store. I was recording, copying down the website of the town hall, so I could pay my bill online. That had to be investigated. It was crazy. One time I had a white mud flap on my car. He had to stop me for that. No ticket, nothing wrong with my car, but the harassment just never stopped.
Yeah.
I get harassed all the time, but I've been harassed for over 40 years by the cops. So um, you never really get used to it, and you think that you have rights, but unless you pay for them and you have a lot of money, you don't have rights in this country or your country. So um,
Yeah.
and then the only rights you have is the best lawyer that money can buy, and you better hope the hell that he's not on their side, because he'll just take your money and screw you.
Well, I think that's what the attorney Sean Hayes of North Carolina did. I think there was something about that school bus crash that they wanted to keep under the rug. I mean, that was never in the news, never in the newspaper. They wanted to keep that secret. I think if it really becomes public because of what I did, maybe a lot of people would get in trouble for trying to make it secret. Just a theory. I don't know. Hey, Mike.
So, Kat, does that answer your question? Yes, I do have long hair.
I was just replying to a question in the chat there, Sandy.
I see.
Yeah.
40 years. Yeah, that reminds me. I've actually been harassed longer than the past 8 years. It's really been going on for about 15 years. I used to have a government job with a secret clearance, and I just walked away from it. I couldn't take the stress anymore. I just walked away. And I think the people at that agency were going, well, why would I just throw away a good job with all the benefits and just walk away? Well, I just couldn't take the stress. And ever since then, well, I'm from Rhode Island, originally from Rhode Island. I was harassed up there too. Stopped for driving for no reason.
Most guys I've gone out where they have long hair, and I think that's the reason they get harassment. No, that's I didn't have long hair my whole life, so I just got it now because of COVID. So, and now I'm just don't want to get a haircut.
Gorilla, there is MT Gillian 911's link, as you had asked. That's his link to his channel.
Yes, go like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you. That'll help.
Yes, definitely. We support everybody that.
Yeah, another thing, because of the restraining order, I can't put up all my videos until August 1st of 2022. Then I can put up all the videos, and my story will make more sense.
Okay, so we have Epic and Big Red in the basement here. So let's bring up Epic here. He was our main guy here tonight. How are you, sir?
Hello,
hey guys,
Epic.
How's it going, guys?
Just give me a minute, Ogre. So,
how's
Epic,
everybody tonight?
Not bad. How are you?
Good. Could be better. Gotta get to work at 2:30 in the morning, so.
So you still have a job though, do you?
Oh yeah. They called me in, so I'll probably get a speech. When I go in, but I'll be good.
Yeah. So
Epic, this is Mount Gillian 911. Is his YouTube channel.
How's it going, buddy?
From the States. Fairly new.
What's his name? Sandy?
Yeah, I'm Sandy. Hi.
How's it going?
Okay, now I just pushed the comments. Now I can see the comments. This is my first time using this, but I'll be a little more smooth next time.
Okay.
It gets complicated, these fucking StreamYards.
Yeah. So it was nice to meet you, and everybody, please go hit the links in that. But before YouTube shuts me down because of the copyright of music, we'll have to let you go for now. But keep in touch and stop in. We're on every Sunday night at this time, so I just
And we
don't
will,
need any more copyright strikes or claims on my channel. So, and they like
yeah,
to do that
and
with
we
the
will
music.
definitely dedicate a whole show to you, Sandy, for sure.
Yep.
You definitely have an interesting story there, and we'll definitely have dedicate a whole show to you. All right.
Okay, thank you. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next week.
Yes.
All right,
All
Sandy, you
right.
have a good one, man. Was he a cop, guys, or what?
No, that's an imitation
No,
badge.
Oh, okay. I
Nope.
thought he was a cop.
No, I'm trying to. How do
no, he's
I?
not a cop. Whoops.
How
That's
do I?
fine. Even if it was, it would have been better. We could have had a
Yeah.
conversation with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's going on, guys? How's it
There.
going?
Okay, so
Not much.
Ugh.
So, well,
I
first
guess.
off, we know who you are because we're sidekicks. We appear on your panel quite regularly. But
Yeah.
some people that are here may know who you are, but then again, some people may not know your whole story. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Epic.
I'm just a regular Ottawa guy that loves cop watching and auditing. That's all. Going through some charges for mischief under 5,000. Taking it to trial, and from there on, and we'll see what happens from there. Hopefully,
So
everything goes the right way.
I was going through your channel today, and
Yeah.
I found a video because you do a lot of panels lately because of what you're going through, but I found a video, and first off, do I have permission to play your any of your
Yep.
videos right now?
You have permission to play anything.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is I just like to play this one video for everybody, and then we can talk about that because it's I think this is the one that kind of started all your bullshit that you're going through right now. So
My charges.
yeah, the one that says arrested
Yeah.
for filming in public.
Yeah.
So here, let's see if I can make this big.
Bring it
My
up to the 10
computer-
seconds. The first 5-6 seconds, it's just like fucked up. It's like blurry and stuff. So bring it to the 10-second mark. So it brings you directly. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. So everybody's got to remind themselves that I'm on a bridge, right? I'm on a public bike path here from here.
Yeah.
That's the bridge for the public to go through. I'm filming and practicing my Canadian charter rights, and yeah. I'm gonna mute just so like that I don't disturb you guys.
Yeah.
How's it going? Not too bad, you? Remember that this is the first time I was ever nice with a cop. Ever. So, are you aware you're a Canadian Charter Rights Officer? Yeah. So, are you aware that you cannot trust somebody's eyes? I'm not committing a crime. I'm really low, eh? From a public place, a public bridge, and if they want privacy, they need to create privacy. This is all This is all your stuff you need to learn before becoming a police officer. So it's all up to you. Well, where I'm standing is public property.
Just so everybody knows, I'm getting better with my verbal. This was like a while ago, right? So verbal judo is weak a little bit.
This is a bike bridge, guys. Check this out. We're watching, not a bunch, but there's something. This is public property, man. Look, there's a bridge for pedestrians to walk by. So you're gonna stop me from practicing my Canadian charter rights? Maybe you should go get an officer, because right now you're making yourself look really bad, and I don't want to do that to you. I have respect for you guys, but as Canadians, we live in a free country. All I'm doing is practicing my rights, and if the hospital, the COVID-19 hospital has some, the test site has something to say, they need to create privacy. You know that, I know that, everybody knows that.
That's why it's Ottawa hospital property right now, right?
Yeah, over there, yes, but not here. This is Link Stadium, this is public property, and there's a bike path. I could rewind the whole thing. I have not one patient on here, not one. I'm just filming because I want to take pictures of the public. That's it. Yeah, that doesn't right. They're here.
So you want to pause it for a second?
Okay. How many cameras is there on this building? Do you think?
Ash,
You want to pause it for a second?
Well, that's what I mean.
I don't know
Ash,
if he's still there.
Yeah, he might not be. Oh, there we go. He got it. Paused. Okay.
So yeah, this is not the whole video. So what this is so what I like to do is I like to go live when I have interaction with police. Like if I'm only doing, let's say I'm doing an audit, I'm going to static record it until cops show up or security show up, and then I'll hit live. But I have the static video, but the police have that static video. So I wasn't able to release that static video so I could show everybody where I went through and how I got into it. If we were able to bring up Google Maps, we would be able to show the people how it actually is and where the bike path cuts through the COVID testing site. And they never shut that down. They shut down the car entry. They put in cones for people to go in and get tested. But right beside it, there's also a bike path that's open to the public. It says there's a sign there and everything open to the public. Everybody could go through. So that's the way I took, because it's open to the public, right? But even if there wasn't that, I would still be allowed there, because I'm not breaking the law. I'm only filming. It's we have freedom of press here in Canada, and it's totally legal for me to do so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're just, and I've been telling people, like, this is getting blown way out of proportion. We're losing our rights. Like, look, you just lost your rights.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of other videos that, like, cops are admitting to be gangsters and part of the thin blue line shit, you know.
Yeah.
But that's like on one of my older videos.
Yeah, this was the oldest one that I could find, and it's like one of your last cop watches that I could find on this channel anyways.
Yeah, since I got charged, yeah.
Now, is this what you're why they seized your cameras and everything? Is this
Yes.
what you're going this is what you're going to court for now?
Yes.
What?
For-
Oh my
for
god.
For standing on a public bike path, okay? Don't forget, you know, I'm standing on the first flight of stairs.
Yeah.
I have my bike at the bottom right there. So you see the railings that you see at the moment?
Yeah.
Well, if you go down those first flight of stairs, there's a bunch of bike racks so people could lock their bikes, go over the bridge, and jump on the train. You know, it's one of those.
Yeah.
So my bike is at the railing down there. When I got arrested, they never. I didn't lock it because I wasn't close to it, right? I was close to it. I mean, so
Kat, this is if you go back, I looked. I just went on where it says videos, not home, but go to videos and go to his very bottom of the page, and you'll find this video there. So, play some more of this now.
yeah, if you want to, yeah.
How you doing?
Well,
She's this girl here. She just showed up. Is Kathy Bradley? She has a big problem with me these days. That's why I got arrested. She does
She
not
just
like
wanted
me
to see you
whatsoever.
She just wanted to see you in cuffs, Epic.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
I would never take your test because I just would never take your government test. But all I'm saying is that when you're in public, man, there is no expectation of privacy. There's about 100 cameras on that building, 100 cameras on this building. Why does my camera hurt?
so true.
Freedom of the press. But I am on public. It's not like I'm standing right beside them and talking to them. Public is the public bridge.
So we calculated on Google. It was 300 feet away.
And our Canadian Charter rights, what is it? You know it? I'm not going to give you that because I'm not committing a crime. All right? I can stand here. You can't trespass somebody's eyes, guys. No, that's Canadian Charter rights, man. Come on. I don't want to be rude with you guys or anything, but it's the law. The law's the law.
There are certain exceptions to the charter during a pandemic. Section 1. You read Section 1, there are exceptions during war and during pandemic.
And it doesn't say anything about the press filming on public sidewalks or public streets. Okay? I could go up a flight higher.
And I was right on that one. The Section 1 does not say anything about it.
Down there on the bike ramps down there.
She was
right.
wrong. We checked it up right away. Because trust me, if I'm wrong, then I'll take the blame for it.
You guys should educate these people. But this is why I do this. It's to educate you.
At one point, she asks me to just go up the one side of stairs, and I told her no. Actually, I told her I'll go there, and she still arrests me.
You know that, right? Do you even know? Let me ask you this. Do you know that I have more rights than you do in public? Do you know that I have more rights than you do in public? Ottawa Hospital? Okay, I did many hospitals. And okay, Mom, I don't know what to tell you right now. I'm just telling you, I'll walk.
So yeah,
If you guys want, it's no problem. But I'm not gonna leave my public street. Like, I didn't do anything wrong, guys. Nothing wrong. I'm in public.
Glove
see her
up.
putting on the gloves.
Here in Canada, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way.
So she knew she was arresting me as soon as she got there. Okay, she knew exactly.
You guys dismissed? Am I dismissed now?
So right now, when they throw the cuffs on me, they arrest me for obstruct. Okay, she has no clue.
I'm on public land, though. Okay, well, hold on. Let me take off my camera. So you guys are arresting me before trespassing me?
So a trespass is not an arrestable offense, right? If there's no crime committed, then there's no arrestable offense.
And you can't be trespassed from public property without committing an offense.
On top of that, too, yes, you're right. Especially public property.
She just got her panties in a bunch.
Yeah. She wanted to frisk me like she did. Practically raped me, but
I would have called sexual assault. Seriously.
So here I asked for a supervisor, okay? and they brought me another police officer and not the supervisor.
Mhm. Yeah, and then they leave your stuff there for a little bit, and
Yeah,
they're talking
and
about
then
they don't know how to turn it on.
Yeah. But so they have another part where it's showing, which is in my camcorder. I was recording static recording before I got there because, you don't expect them to call the cops for taking pictures in public, right? So,
That's the thing we're not sure. The thing is, I don't know how to shut it off. I can't have this thing on.
Isn't that illegal?
to shut my camera off, yes, you have to let it die.
I don't know how. Do you know?
They're not allowed to touch it
Like,
because that could be tampering with evidence, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Especially when you're.
that's something you
Go ahead.
that's something you can definitely use against them, though, too. Correct?
Yeah, it's
You
all
see
little
the-
steps we're using against them.
So, I figured people would want to see that.
Now, before that, though, of course, you did have another channel before you changed to Epic Cop Watch. I do remember that because I first met you was on Canadian Rights Media's Crosswide Canada panel, and
Yes.
you've had lots. There are lots of videos out there for that.
Oh yeah.
But of course, you don't have control of the channel anymore.
No. And that kind of sucks because I had like 300 videos on there, and I was up to like almost 3,000 subscribers. Yeah, all that work I put in, the cops ended up taking my stuff and actually deleting my account. They jammed my
No.
account, so I can't use it, can't log into it, can't do nothing.
So
Even
when
with
do
the
you go?
password.
When do you go to court for this?
I have a trial in 2022, the beginning of 2022. So they haven't given me a specific date, but they told me in 2022, like early 2022. So I'm hoping to, I'm hoping it's early, man, because I want to deal with this and get over it. I want to get back out there, right?
Yeah. It's totally 100% illegal what they did.
Oh, they literally kidnapped me and tortured me. That's what happened.
And
Yeah.
well, and the way you explained it, sexually assaulted you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she searched me and she touched my legs, close to my dick and all that. So yeah, it is sexual. Yeah, a female can't touch me like that. Especially when I say I don't agree to searches either.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's
but
got to commit a crime for you to arrest them, or for you to search them, especially.
See, and like what gets me is that they say that we have rights here in Canada, that we have the right to, not tell a cop what our name is for any reason, we have these rights, but what's happening is that the cops are just arresting anybody and leaving it up to the courts to decide whether or not your rights were violated. When they find out that your rights were violated, then you got to go to a separate court. People can't afford to go to a separate court, and these cops keep getting away with it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not held accountable, and that's the
No.
problem, because they make it so that the cops can't be held accountable. No matter how you do it. I've tried every way possible here in Canada for retribution. I won one case out of so many, and that's only because of the condition that they left me in. and that there was actually one of them actually admitted to doing it.
Well, they violated about 4, probably 5 of my Civil Rights Act. So just right there, we're going after that as soon as the charges are dropped.
Well, the
my
right to free press,
My right to free press, yeah.
right, freedom to travel, you know, illegal arrest, so that's false imprisonment.
Yeah.
You know, like
Forced me to put on a mask, which is a medical device.
yeah.
And then after that, when the mask did not work, they decided to say, okay, well then, you refuse to put a mask on, then I'm gonna throw a spit mask that was shit and pissed on, probably never washed since they bought it, and they threw that over my face and tightened it around my neck, because a spit mask, what they do is they have in the back of your neck, there's a rope, so you know, like at the bottom of your jackets, it's like a little pin where they tighten the thing. Well, they have that on the spit mask. It's in the back of your neck, and they tighten it. So there's no way of breathing through these fucking these masks.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's, you know,
Horrible people. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They say
And,
that we
and
have.
keep in mind, guys, there was no crime committed here. There was no violence. There was no victim. So why treat a member of the public that way? Why do that to him? You know,
it's about power
even if there was a crime committed, why treat a human being that way? If that human being needs to get his fucking ass whipped because he's a pedophile or he did something that people don't agree on, trust me, they're gonna get their comeback in jail. You know, it's not the cop's job to beat anybody up or to hurt anybody.
No,
The
it's not.
The cop's job is to arrest and punish him through putting him in a little cell that he has nothing, he can't smoke, he can't do shit. That's a big punishment right there. You know?
I took a beating from the cops in Moncton a few years ago. Apparently, they were there to do a welfare check. I had just gotten out of the hospital from having a heart attack at the time. So, and my doctor was right next door. I would go see her every day and stuff like that for checkups. But apparently, they said that somebody called to do a welfare check on me because they couldn't get a hold of me. Well, I had just taken all my sleeping medications and shit like that I needed. And I'm half deaf as it is. And I was out like a fucking light. Like I was medically out, medically induced out.
You're on that, yeah.
And next thing you know, I wake up to the cops kicking in my door. And then they tell me that they're here for blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck out of here, man. My doctor's like right next door, for fuck's sake. You're nothing but a bunch of fucking terrorists now. Get the fuck out. And I said, and I hope you get shot too. As the last one walks out, well, they all come fucking running back in, beat the piss out of me, and then said that I was standing in the doorway behind my glass door, and I was waving my finger around like a gun. That's why they had to kick in my door. But they didn't notice that there was CCTV footage. So I went to court the next day. And the judge, the Crown wanted to put it over for 6 weeks for a bail hearing. And I would have sat in jail for 6 weeks. And I said, listen, I know I said something stupid, but there was no way in hell that I deserved the beating that I got for saying something stupid and them lying on the report and everything. I said, if you want, we can put this down until this afternoon and you can go get the CCTV footage of it and see if it matches up with the officers' fucking accounts of what they put down. And they actually did. They went over and they looked at the footage and found out that everything that the officer said was false and everything I said was true. But because I said that I would take the plea of guilty for saying something stupid, I was charged with the original charge, convicted with the original charge of uttering death threats to a cop.
But yeah, I want to address Clash Canada, his comment there. The Charter of Rights is made to protect the government. He's so right on that. That is 100% right. The Constitution, everything. Guys, don't get it twisted. The government is not with us. It's not on our side, and it totally proves to me. If anybody looks at the record of my auditing, it clearly proves to anybody that they don't give a shit about the press. They don't give a shit about anybody on these streets. All they care about is themselves. I've been arrested 14 times. 13 charges were dropped 13 times in a row. And this is my last one, which is the 14th, which is the one we just watched. And I'm still fighting that in court. All the money they spent to bring me to court, to put me in jail that night, to set up a trial. Like if this keeps going and it goes to trial, how much money are they going to waste on a pointless, non-victimized case? You know, there's no victim. There's nobody that, you know, there's nothing. There's just a simple guy with a camera trying to get some footage. That's it. You know.
So let's go way back here when Epic first became Epic. What made you start doing this initially?
Oh shit. What made me start is growing up in a neighborhood, seeing cops. They did it to me myself. I've been through so much with police. Seeing them just beating people up for absolutely no reason because the guy's refusing to give ID. I see them. They drive down the street like gang members. You know, when gang members they try to beat somebody up on the sidewalk, they'll drive with the door open, and as soon as before even the car stops, they jump out of the car and they beat the guy up. Same thing. The cops are doing the same freaking thing here in the streets. It was called Operation Open Door Operation or something like that. And every day you'd see them, their doors cracked open, ready to jump out and beat you. And I've seen it happen many, many times. Many times. I did not know. Yeah, I did not know my rights. I did not know what we're allowed, if we were even allowed to refuse the call. I didn't know anything at the time. So there was one time that this was really made me look up. Actually, let me say it like this: my buddy got thrown down the stairs and got really hurt by cops. He sued the cops, and then for some reason, like probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks after that, I was looking on YouTube and I bumped into a channel, and he was arguing with cops and fighting with them and telling them like what he's allowed to do and what he's allowed to refuse from them, and doesn't have to cooperate. So that video right there made me think, maybe I could do this over here. You know, maybe I could put these Ottawa cops in check. But this was a video from the United States, right?
Yeah.
So I started doing my homeworks. I didn't start right away. I started watching more videos. But I'm doing my homeworks, figuring out the Constitution of Canada and figuring out the Canadian Charter of Rights, Section 2B and Section 1A, all that it's all important to us, right? Yeah. So I read up on all of that. Kept getting better. I ordered some books. I ordered the Charter of Rights in the little pocket book where you could put in your pockets. So that would keep me safe. If ever I needed to know something, I would open it and read it real quick. And then boom, I started. And I had a really bad start, like cop watching and auditing. Like I said, they've arrested me 14 times. And 13 times I beat the charges. So just imagine how many times I had to go to jail when I was first starting, right? So
quite a few, obviously.
That's how I actually started, from a buddy of mine getting thrown down the stairs. And don't get it wrong, I went through a lot of shit with cops too as well. So, yeah.
See, mine started a long time ago, but I haven't really been able to. I didn't know about YouTube back then, or I don't even know if it was around. Well, it probably was back in
No,
99.
it's not. It's not as old as dirt.
Well, I'm talking 99, 2000, but I didn't know anything about that. So I didn't know about recording or that. I wish I would have been able to get the pictures and of from the court case and that that they showed what I looked like when I showed up at the hospital. Um, you wouldn't recognize me. Like nobody recognized me. Like my face was, I was so just beat the fuck up so bad that I was beyond recognition.
Yeah, then that's here in Ottawa.
No, that happened in Toronto.
Oh.
The Toronto cops, one from 51 Division and one from 52 Division. 51 Division picked me up and threw me in the back of the car, and then the other guy from 52 Division met up with them, and they took me down to Cherry Beach because I turned in a bunch of cops that were robbing people at after hours clubs, and there was a whole bunch of us that turned in these 5 cops and this one impersonator. But the impersonator, I happened to work for the guy's father. So that was a big scandal in itself way back then. So they tried to get out of it. They tried to start a new company and everything, and then they got found out what they actually did. They were a major NHL sponsor, and because of what they did to me, when that was brought out, they're no longer allowed to do what they do. There was a company called StubHub. It was started by a Toronto scalper, and the guy's son was one of the guys that went in with the cops. He was in a cop's uniform, impersonating a cop and robbing everybody at after hours clubs. So I got the beating of my life because I turned them in.
Yeah. I agree with you, Clash, for sure, 100%. I don't think it will ever change. The only way it's going to change is if people wake up and start fucking flipping the country upside down. It's fucking brutal, man. It's brutal.
Yeah,
I feel like we're living in a police state. That's how it feels. You're controlled. You're told what to do. You're told what to wear. You're told how to act. You're told where to take pictures. You're told where you're not allowed. You're practically in an open concept jail where you're bossed around 24 hours a day and watched by government and cameras.
You know, I was almost going to get people from all across Canada to take pictures of cops so that we can get like the dirty cops and that, and make a list,
a big album, yeah,
and have it out there so anybody can see it, so that and make a list with their names and badge numbers and where they worked. This way, then if they go anywhere else, people will be able to go onto YouTube and find out, hey, he used to work out in Vancouver, or he used to work in Halifax, or and have that list so that people know that they're dirty cops.
Yeah, because you know what they're doing now, right? So let's say that a cop in Ottawa commits a crime. What they'll do is they'll pack him and his family, and let's say they'll ship him out to. If it happens here in Ottawa, they'll ship him out to Toronto. If it happens in Toronto, they'll ship him out to Niagara Falls. If it happens, they keep shipping them.
Yeah.
So they always have a job,
and
that's the beautiful thing of qualified immunity.
And do you know that with most RCMP detachments that they're only there for 3 years, and then most of them have to move on, that's so that the people don't get used to them and they don't get too comfortable with the people, and they're supposed of not given, favoritism and that. But
doesn't happen. That doesn't happen the way they think it does, though. There always is favoritism.
Yeah, but not for the fucking people that they think it's for. All the favoritisms for is whoever can pay the cop the most money.
Hmm. Exactly.
Or whoever the police union tells them to leave alone, they leave alone. Other than that, even judges are open game.
Yes.
Cops don't care. And for somebody out on the street like Epic here, the cops don't care. They have this mentality that we just do whatever we want and let the courts figure it out, and we have immunity, and who cares, right? They're not there. They don't do the job that they're actually there to do anymore.
No.
So, and like I said, ever since 9/11, our country has gone downhill considerably. I seen it starting to go up in the late 80s and in the 90s, and that
And it didn't even happen here.
We were starting to make a little bit of change here. We got rid of the Trudeau at the time, and we had bad government no matter what, but we were living kind of freely. Things were going okay, and then 9/11 happened, and that was it. Everything became a police state. Every police officer now wears flak jackets with about 3 or 4 fucking clips on it, about 15 different fucking weapons, and that makes them look like they're in the military. And military does not rule the streets of their homeland, period, especially in a free society. Even your constitution will tell you that. That's why we have police forces to do that. But we're turning our police forces into military units. So now we basically have military running the streets.
No, you're right. They're military grade, let me tell you.
And
military grade cops.
And when you give them qualified immunity,
what do you think they're gonna do?
This is what happens. We get bullshit charges like you're going through right now. Bullshit things like when I was arrested in my bedroom. Because they get butthurt now. They're feelings police. You're not allowed to insult a government official or anything. You're not allowed to stand up in your own home. You're not allowed to take pictures from a public view anymore. And people say, well, just let the guy go through this. It's okay. It doesn't affect me, and this is why we're losing our rights, because people turn the other cheek because it's not happening to them. Mm-hmm. But when it starts happening to them, it may be too late, and those rights will be gone. Look at what we're going through right now. People are turning the other cheek, or the other arm, so to speak. And what's happening? We're losing our rights. And this time next year, you mark my words, people are going to be outraged. There's going to be riots and everything that's going to be happening between now and this time next year. Mark my words. Just like I said, when it comes to the kids going back to school come January, if they don't have that passport, they won't be able to go to school. You watch. It's not there yet, but by the time they go back to school, they'll say that if your kid didn't have at least one, and have a passport, they won't be able to come to school until they do.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going that road. That's for sure.
Well, when they start when they start going to schools and setting up in gymnasiums to give kids these Kool-Aids, it's going to happen. It's guaranteed. If we need to have a passport to go into a movie theater or something because we're there for 2.5 hours amongst other people. Imagine kids in a school for 8 hours. They're going to want to see that. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, some people say that I'm nuts, but
We all know the truth for sure.
yeah,
It's only gonna get worse before it gets better, guys.
yeah. And-
They know how far they could take it. They know how far they could push us. And as long as we keep pushing back,
yeah,
we should be all right.
we need to stand up. Honestly,
Just
like
they're brainwashing everybody with these mandates, and they were brainwashing everybody with, it's all a brainwash, so they don't have to force you, because
Yeah.
forcing is illegal. So
well,
if they could brainwash you and scare you
but they are
and
forcing
put all
us.
these thoughts in your mind, they will. So everybody gets vaccinated.
Yeah, and they are forcing people to do this, or else. That's direct threats have been made by the government. Either do it or else. That came right out of Justin Trudeau's mouth. Those words exactly. So, do it or else you won't be able to go to the bars or the clubs or the any gatherings or shit like that. You won't be able to go into have a coffee at the coffee shop. You won't be able to go to restaurants or anything unless you do this.
Do you
That's
guys-
coercion.
Do you guys believe that this go-go juice is the mark of the beast, or do you think they're gonna come up with something?
It's the start.
Yeah, I know. I know it all has something to do with the New World Order, the mark of the beast, where the Bible told us about, rather a chip in the hand or a tattoo in the forehead. But I don't know.
Well,
Kind of seems to me that it kind of seems like it's the mark, but I don't know. We'll see.
I personally think that they're using it as a population control. Because
Yes.
what's going to happen is all of us people that are unvaccinated, whether we can
Pure blood.
Yeah, whether we're medically exempt or not, we will be put in these camps
Yeah.
that they're building all across Canada. It's proven that they're building them, and we
Yeah.
will be put there until we get it, or
Yeah.
we don't get out, and then we
And-
lose even more rights because
No, but also you got to remember that if once you end up in that camp, even if you do take it, they could keep you there forever. They don't
Yeah.
have to release you.
Yeah.
All right. Just saying. Because it's a FEMA camp. It's a military grade camp, so
Yeah.
it's no guaranteed when you're getting out.
Yeah. And then, isn't this the same thing as what everybody's saying? Isn't it the same as what the Nuremberg trials were trying to say this whole time? And didn't they all, what happened to them? Even the
Yeah.
press was executed for propaganda.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
and this is exactly what they're doing right now. Instead of just Germany, though, it's
The world.
The world is doing this. There's civil rights in civilized countries all over the world for a reason. You don't have to. You don't have to have medical procedures. It states that if it was the case that you had to have medical procedures, I would have stents and a pacemaker in my heart already. But I refuse medical treatment. You're allowed to do that,
Oh, of course.
but you're not allowed to refuse the vaccine.
Let's yeah, it's kind of weird, eh?
Well,
Let's
you
go
can,
ahead.
but there's consequences. major consequences.
Let's address the chat real quick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gorilla, I asked about if it was the mark of the beast. Gorilla says yes. Me too. I thought for real, Gorilla, it was. But Clash Canada makes a lot of sense on this one. He says no, this isn't the mark of the beast, but it's a global mindset to get people ready for it, and they won't resist. They won't resist it as easy, but accept it. It has just another way of life. I think this is probably some type of vaccine for the mark of the beast. Or right now, since 2021, Agenda 21 was kicked in once the year 2021 turned in.
Mhm.
Agenda 21, anybody could go read up on it. Okay, it's the New World Order, the one world government, one world currency, one world everything.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
No, for years they've been trying this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And a lot of it's
Uh,
got to do with the Bilderberg Group and the Rothschilds and that fucking
All right, Clash.
Bill
Thanks for coming.
Gates.
Clash has got to go.
All right. Later, Clash. Nice to see
Take
you,
care,
buddy.
Clash. So yeah, and like we've been seeing it and happening with one world currency, and people are embracing it by buying into Bitcoin. That's a world currency.
Yeah, people are supporting it.
You
People
know,
don't care. As long as they make millions of dollars, they don't care what they're supporting. They're just there for the money.
but see that goes to show that they don't mind the one world or one organization being able to control everything, whether it's currency or like what Elon Musk wants to do with the internet. Yeah. So
What's it called? It's called
yeah, he wants to
Meta. Called
yeah.
Meta.
Yeah, he wants to put up a whole bunch of low orbiting satellites all over the world so that you pay like $25 a month for his service instead of going to Rogers or something. You
Right.
buy into his service, but you get the internet everywhere you go, on a plane, in the Grand Canyon, everywhere's.
No matter where you go, yeah.
Yeah, no dead spots. And that's what he wants to do. So that would put out like so many people out of business. But then again, you're looking at a one world control by doing shit like that. And people don't realize that that's what's happening. Look at what happened during this whole pandemic. Who made out the best out of all this pandemic? What was it? Two families? The Bezos and the Waltons? The Bezos, which owned Amazon, and then you got the Walton family that own Walmart. You know, they were the biggest winners out of all of this because all the mom and pop stores were shut down. You know, places like Costco that Bill Gates is part of, they were allowed to be open, but your corner little stores and restaurants and that all had to close. But yet, you know, McDonald's were open. You may have had to go through the drive-through or that, but at least they had that option. But all these mom and pop stores, they don't have those options. They say that in the States that the unemployment's the lowest it's ever been. I can't see that in the world how it could be the lowest it's ever been with all the people that's lost their jobs and across America alone in the last 22 months. It should be at its. They're saying it's at its lowest, but I can't see that. I can see it being at its highest. The same as here in Canada. We're losing manufacturing jobs like crazy. We're, you know,
Well, yeah, because it's all going to China.
Well, yeah. What's Canada becoming? Well, let's see. Moncton is the largest call center outside of India, with over 65 call centers in the city alone. It is the largest call center city outside of India. Like, is that what we came down to? Is just tech support?
Yep.
Or asking people to sign up for credit cards? We build automobiles, we do mining, we do technology, we do space, and we're losing it all. And then, our unemployment rates are going through the roof. We have almost 3 million homeless people in the country, and we're bringing in over 300,000 new immigrants into the country every year. And now the government wants to sign a $7 billion fucking CERB program again, renewal CERB program, to fuck the taxpayers even more.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? What I say is the government should be fucking paying out for all this headache that families are going through. They should be paying people out. They should be giving money out.
Yeah, but
a lot of families are on the street. A lot of disgusting shit.
There's guys like me that have been waiting on Justin Trudeau's promise since he came in. One of his major promises were to do a basic income for people that are on a disability and old age and stuff like that, because the poverty levels are too low and the payments are too low on disabilities in parts of Canada. Like, I have no qualms of telling everybody all the time, I get $805 a month to live on as a disabled person. And, it was supposed to be $1,500. Still waiting for it. There's people that need the help here the most to be able to live at least on the poverty line, at least, get out from underneath it and at least live closer to the top of the poverty line. We have so many people living in poverty in Canada. We have something like 6 million families using food banks monthly in this country. That's disgusting.
Yes, it definitely is. That's for sure.
So, and then you got cops that are going around fucking everybody's lives in that because of a stupid fucking camera or something, because they're taking a picture, like Epic was taking a video. Then they want to fuck everybody's lives up. And then they wonder why the cops have a target on them. These cops and government officials put these targets on themselves. We did not beat Rodney King down. We did not kneel on fucking George Floyd's neck. We did not shoot all of these people. We did not call immunity.
We did not, and even in cases of our own here in Canada, I mean, we did not tell that cop to go grab that little kid, in the park.
Oh yeah, on the scooter,
or the young fellow with the skateboard. As we've talked about a couple times on Epics recently.
Yeah,
Barry.
In Barry, yeah, we didn't tell the cops to go do that. The cops chose to do that. They, they make their choices. And, depending on their choices, especially if there's a camera on them, they're, it can hurt them.
But what really hurts is that they know that they shouldn't be doing it, and yet they go and they twist and they lie on the police reports and that, and they're not held accountable for even lying on police reports. You know,
No.
even if there's video evidence, unless there's like a lot of video evidence in that and it happens to hit mainstream media, until then, the cops won't look at it. It could be a fucking have 50,000 views on YouTube in an hour. And, you know, the defense, nobody will look at it. But if it goes on mainstream media, then they'll start to look at it.
Yeah.
But mainstream media will not put most of stuff like that up because of retaliation.
That's right.
But you notice though that they are starting somewhat more in the States. But I mean, the thing is unfortunately what they're doing is they're actually trying to paint us our 1A brothers in the States as being the bad guys and not the cops.
Oh, they got videos out condemning fucking First Amendment auditors, the police in certain states. I've seen them.
Yep.
I don't vote at all, Keeper. I've never voted and I never will. It's all the bullshit.
It's more fear mongering that they put out there. If they would just realize that, you know, that extra camera at any given point could pick up anything. You're basically, when you have a camera out and you're in public, you're a walking surveillance camera for the public. If you see something, you know, your video could help solve a crime.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, but until the cops start acting right and start following the law and start being held accountable for their actions, nobody's going to help them. I remember when I was in school as a kid, they used to always say, if you have a problem or if you're in danger, just run to the police. They're always there to help you. You know, I was taught that. I see differently now. And back then, it was a different culture. And then, you know, in the 80s, it was a little screwy still. And the 90s, they were getting kind of out of control a bit. It was starting to come to light in the 90s there. And then,
good thinking, Keeper. I'm going to check that out. Maybe I should.
Once 2000 hit and, you know, you started having some of these well-known auditors out there that started like really blasting the cops. I credit guys like Tom Zebra for putting this community on the map. This guy's been doing this, you know, he's got VHS tapes. He used to go out there with a camcorder that you used to put a VHS tape in and record the cops.
Jeff Gray and Tom Zebra were the two OGs of auditing community.
Yeah. So
Jeff Gray was there even longer. Remember, man, Jeff Gray was the best that I've ever met.
Yeah, him and I even like Mexican Padilla.
Never seen him.
No, isn't he still in jail?
Not sure. I don't even know who it is.
Oh.
Wow.
Keeper, the list says, but Epic, have you reached out to your MP, your local MP with your video? No, I haven't.
That might be something that you might want to think about.
Yeah.
You can go down to the MP's office there and just say, hey, look at this. And just show them the video.
MP is what again?
Member of Parliament.
Member of Parliament.
Yeah.
Well,
and who's that for Ottawa?
You would probably want your MPP.
Who's that for Ottawa?
That's your member of provincial parliament, and in
That'd
Ottawa,
be your MLA. That would be your MLA.
I don't know
That's
what
So
those things are.
yeah,
mm.
Let's try and see who the MLA is, or the MPA, MPP, because I'll reach out. Epic,
which part of
fuck
Ottawa?
yeah.
What the fuck am I writing here? It's like Japanese or something.
Really, eh? I'll check that out, Keeper. I'll show them for sure. Because I didn't break any law, man, by standing on a public sidewalk. I didn't do anything wrong.
Where?
It even came at the beginning. They were threatening me. If I
What?
pleaded guilty, they would have gave me 6 months and 1 year probation. If I refuse it and I go to trial, they're gonna give me 8 months and 2 years probation. So I said no to both. I said no. I said no to the deal, and I said let's go to trial.
What part of Ottawa? Ottawa South, Ottawa Central,
East Parliament.
Vanier
Um,
East here. Never mind. I got
yeah,
it.
it's like
Ottawa.
Vanier, Overbrook, and
Yeah.
downtown.
So Mona
McLean.
Mona Fortier is your Ontario.
Gorilla says McLean.
Oh. Who?
Ottawa is McLean.
Depends on what part of Ottawa.
For Ottawa.
It's in the chat.
David McGinty.
McGinty?
Yes, is the who
The
is the
MP?
MP for Ottawa? David McGinty. Here, I'll even show you.
He probably doesn't like me. Probably see my videos already.
David McGinty.
Provincial Parliament, and your Minister, Justice Minister, RCMP, H Troop Division, look for the civilian oversight at OPP and OCP. Fuck stirred the pot. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Parliament don't really like me either because I audited the Parliament one time, and I did I think they were the OCP or the DCP, something like that for Parliament, and oh wow, hi BB.
So, wow.
So what recommendations would you give to somebody
That's what I said.
just starting Epic?
What's that? What's that?
I said,
Chad.
well, with you have a few years of experience under your belt, and you've had 13 that you have 14 times that you've been charged. What would you say to somebody who's starting out or looking at starting out?
My comment on that, I've always told that this is not for everybody. You go through a lot of stress. You might have to go to jail to prove your point. Paying lawyers. You got to look at all that. I don't suggest everybody to get up and start doing it, but I do suggest a lot of people that they should at least try it and see where they go. After my first arrest, I told myself, well, I beat the first one. I could beat all of them. And that's what I told myself for real. Because on my first arrest, the cop was, I don't remember how it happened. Anyways, I told the cop to go fuck his mom. And was I rude? Yes, I was very fucking rude. But there's nothing illegal with being rude or words, as long as you don't threaten a cop or anything like that, right? Yeah. I always say just there's always a way. You don't have to do it the way I do it. There's always a way where you could always approach the police officer and say, hey, listen, under threat of arrest, well, I'll leave. Or under threat of arrest, I'll ID, you know, because that is a civil lawsuit as well. So I'm going to start doing it like that, because being arrested this many times, going through this many court cases, filing all these paperworks, it's a lot of work. Now I've been off for 2 years now, almost. 2 years without recording or without posting any of my videos onto anywhere to expose them, you know. So under threat of arrest now, I'm gonna leave. Before this though, straight to cuffs. I'd call the cop out. You don't have balls to arrest me. You don't have balls, you know, stuff like that. You know, I was pretty rude, but being rude, guys, is not. It's not that I'm trying to be mean with them. It's to see how the cop is gonna react and how he could control his anger, because a police officer is trained to control the anger and to de-escalate the situation that they're showing up on. You know, so by me calling them out and getting their ego going a little bit, that's the best way to test the cop. See how he's going to react. Is he going to arrest you just because you told him to go fuck his mom, or because you flipped him off? That's my trick. When I walk down the street, I flip the cop off. And if that cop comes back around, then you know this cop has an ego.
Oh yeah.
You know.
What?
Even if somebody flips off the public servant, listen, even if somebody flips off the cop should wave at you with a smile. Okay? Just saying.
Well, they just give me the finger back now.
Yeah, or give the guy the finger back. Don't turn around and ruin the guy's life because he gave you the finger.
But
You know, come on.
I gave the cops a finger in Halifax. They drive by on their motorcycles, 4 of them, 3 guys and a girl. And I give them the finger, and I just keep walking. I go into McDonald's. Next thing you know, this big fucking cop comes in. I mean, I'm 6'2", and I'm looking up at this guy, and he goes, I want to talk to you. I said, I don't want to talk to you. He grabbed a hold of me and he literally pushed me right through both sets of doors, threw me up against the wall, asked me for my ID. I said, I ain't giving you jack shit. He goes, I said, what are you charging me with? And he goes, you gave us a finger. You know that you can be charged with that. And I said, you're full of shit. It's protected under the fucking Charter of Rights and Freedoms, you fucking idiot. And he goes, no, it's classified as inciting a riot. And I started bursting out laughing right in front of him. And I said, listen, if you think that giving you the middle finger is inciting a riot, you should not be a police officer. You are a danger to this community.
Yeah. Drop your gun and badge and fuck off. But I'm really interested on what Keeper of the List said. Keeper of the List says here, he also remembers you have the right to artistic freedom as well. Taking films or pictures is legal and allowed under the charter from a public area.
Yeah,
you're correct. Yeah.
But also to chime in here too, regarding something that's been going, part of the chat that's been going on here, is I have been reading the chat and paying attention. Rabbi, yes, you are correct. For the United States, it is under the First Amendment in the United States. However, in Canada, which myself, Ashamed, and Epic are from, it's Section 2, Paragraph B, which is exactly the same as 1A. That's why we say 1A, 2B here in Canada when we're referencing the two. So it is basically the same as the 1A, but ours is 2B in Canada.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you're right.
It's exactly the same wording, word for word.
It's my artistic right to strip and speak Chinese to the cops.
Yeah, I was thinking about probably when I get back to cop watching or whatever. When a cop comes around, I'll start doing some crazy stuff. You know, things like that. Pull out a pig mask out of my fucking coat or something, or stuff to fuck with them. Make
Or
it funny.
Get some
yeah.
rubber bacon. Those dog treats that looks like a big piece of bacon.
Oh yeah.
Get one of
Bacon
those.
Bacon strips. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start telling. I'm gonna do it differently this time. They're still gonna arrest me and stuff. No, I'm not wrong with that.
So there's going to be a whole new epic coming soon, eh? Once you get the right to go film again, eh? Well,
yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say you never lost the right, but I mean, according to the because the
Crown.
Ottawa PD and the Crown, you're not allowed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is all right. They took my freedom of press away.
Yeah, they suspended your rights.
How though? When I didn't commit a crime with it, that's the problem here.
And that's the thing. So now you're going to need another lawyer to take them to civil court. And
my lawyer is a criminal and civil. He does both.
Does he come
really
down
happy to fight it?
Will he come down to the East Coast? Because
I don't know.
I've been trying to find a lawyer, and I've looked from Ottawa all the way to fucking Newfoundland, and not one of them have the balls to take on the case. They all tell me it's a good case, a winnable case, but they don't have the balls to take it on because they're afraid of retaliation. Yeah. So these cops are getting away with what they and these government officials are all getting away with what they're doing to me down here that I've been documenting since 2015. So
Gorilla's asking how much have you paid in lawyers?
And I said, this is
just lawyer fees. Lawyer fees alone was about $3,100, $3,200 right now. And then you got my bail, and then you got I had to pay for camera footage and stuff like that. So probably altogether like a good fucking $4,500 probably. So yeah, it costs money every time you get arrested, right? So.
I think it was saying about all the times, like
all the times. Fuck. I would have to calculate that, but.
Well,
on my last one, I was starting on my last charge, which is the mischief. I was starting to get pretty pocket empty, So it gets hard at one point. At a point, guys, shit gets expensive, and then COVID hit, so it got even worse. Not working as much. No, losing the job. Stuff like that.
Well, so. even at the amount of charges that you've had 13 so far that you got away with or got off because they were bullshit. And so if you average that $3,000 a case that you had to put up, you're looking at over 40 grand so far you spent in legal fees because of these guys. See, it may only be 3,000, 4,000 here or there, but in the long run, look at how much it's cost you in the long run. $40,000. That's what? That's not almost life. A paycheck for a year. Somebody's yearly wage.
That's not every case. This case was my most expensive case. The other ones was never close to it. Was paying my lawyer retainers and stuff like that, but that was about it. This case, though, it's a whole different story. A lot of evidence to pay for to release, a lot of lawyer fees, because we all know money talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah.
So.
And that's why, like, those other charges, you had to have spent at least 1,000-1,500 on each one of those other charges in order just to retain a lawyer.
The retainer with my lawyer at the moment is not that expensive. No, it's
Yeah,
actually
but
very good.
it's probably
Well,
he's probably brought it down for what the initial retainer was, though, I would assume.
Well, we're returning
Yeah.
customer, you know.
Yeah. This is the biggest case. Like if we actually go to trial, that's going to be the biggest case. And if he wins this, and he not helps me, but like if he does my civil arrest, I'm going to start promoting him on every video I do make, because he already knows that I'm not out there to break the law. I'm not out there to hurt anybody or anything like that. I've had many conversations with my lawyer, and yeah, we're going to fight this. He said that he can't believe that I was arrested that day. So,
Has he seen the video?
yes, he's seen the video. He's read the disclosure, all that, and just for the charge that they charged me with, makes absolutely no sense. Makes zero sense. If anybody Googles right now, mischief under 5,000 here in Ontario, it has nothing to do with what I was doing.
Absolutely not.
Nothing to do. There was no damage to no property. There was no obstructing no property. I walked through with a camera, and that was a mischief. And it doesn't work like that. You know,
no.
Especially with a camera, and especially when we have the freedom of press. You know, what? Because I don't have $1 million cameras, I can't stay there and record. You know,
and again, it's they don't want the real truth out there. That just goes to show it. When somebody pulls out a camera and starts recording what's happening.
Yeah.
Basically, that's all you did. You were recording what was happening in your area. There was a test site.
So I was going through. Sorry.
I've done a couple of them here in St. John. Never had a problem. So, and that was the same as you on a public street, on a public walkway, everything. Never.
Yeah, people all over Canada did it. I'm the only one that got the crazy backlash. I know why. Can I prove why? No, but I know exactly why.
Retaliation.
The police, the crowns. I can't say the judges yet, but I'm pretty sure they have a hate for me because of the work I put them through. I put crown attorneys through a lot of work, especially somebody that gets charged 13 times, 13 times because I beat them, 13 times, and then I'm telling you guys, that's with disclosure, taking my cameras, taking the footage, all that. This disclosure, that's a 10-page fucking thing they had to sit there and write. So they had to pay that crown attorney to sit there and write that fucking disclosure 13 different times for absolutely no reason. That's us that pay for that, taxpayers.
Oh,
for a waste of fucking time.
Quick update. It's 25-25 Hamilton and Winnipeg in the Grey Cup right now. Let's go Hamilton. Thanks, Keeper, for keeping us updated too.
Oh, is that what he beat?
Yeah.
So Grey Cup's
I took Viagra.
Now, so.
For those that are Grey Cup fans, thank you. We appreciate it, Keeper.
MT Gilad 911. I was actually researching, watching. Who was it? Was it The Rock? Anyways, one of them. When they go work out, they take Viagra before working out. Supposedly, it gives you a lot of fucking energy. They don't take it for sexual encounter. They take it to work out. Weird, eh?
As long as you're not doing it the way Rocky does it and showing us.
Who told? It was actually what's his name? Fuck, he was a football player, NFL.
Who?
I forgot the name. I'm not good with names, but anyways, he would take Viagra before a game and before he would work out. Every time.
O.J. Simpson? Oh no, he just brought knives and guns.
No, he's a younger player. He's not super famous, but he's a younger player. That's why they call it banging weights. Yeah, banging weights. You're right. Because you're
Look at
fucking
this.
banging him.
We got that porn spin.
Let him
again.
be. Let him be.
Oh yeah.
Don't. That gives you views. And once you get monetized, well, then you're gonna start getting paid by them coming in and watching your videos. It doesn't affect your channel anyways.
I'll be lucky if I can hit 1,000 watch hours by the end of this year. I'm working on it, but
Start doing live streams, a shame.
well, I can only do so much without making a whole shitload of accounts so that I can get free StreamYard and that. And I'm not that. I tried to do that, and I wound up making a whole nother fucking YouTube account and everything when I made my last email account. So
Yeah.
I thought I was just setting up another email account for my channel, and it set up a whole new Google account and a YouTube channel for me all at once. It's like, holy fuck. All I wanted was a fucking Gmail account.
So you said the Activism News Network is on Roku?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm on Roku now. How do I find it?
Hashtag ANN.
Roku's an internet box too, you know that?
Yeah.
Yep.
How do I delete this? So what do I do? Hashtag?
I think it's hashtag or just.
So that's the A, right?
They're just pushing ANN.
NN?
Yeah.
Anna, voice announcer.
No, it should show up Activism News Network.
I'll just write it in. It'll take me a sec, but I'll just write it in. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm
keyboard.
I don't have Roku, but I follow them all on YouTube. It's James Madison, Accurate Amanda, American Amy, Big Nick, Chuck Bronson.
Activism News Network or Activist News Network?
Activist News Network, I believe. And you got Rights Crispy there also with them. Maybe it is activism.
Holy fuck, that's gonna take a while. I need a keyboard for this shit.
Well, we're at the 154 mark, Ash.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the last 6 minutes of the show, are there any other questions for Epic Cop Watch from anybody out there watching?
Network.
And please, everybody, if you haven't already, don't forget to go over and hit up Epic Cop Watch. Give them a share. Give them a like. And especially hit that fucking subscribe button and the bell. Because you never know what's going to come out on Epic shows. He does panels all the time. Pretty much every day. Sometimes even 2 a day. And if you ever want to know anything about growing, this man, he knows a lot about growing. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
um,
Definitely knows a
hit
lot
him
about
up.
it. And if he doesn't know, if he doesn't know something, he'll look it up and find it for you, or reach out to somebody that does know a little more
Oh,
and give you that
hey.
information.
Yep. I have a
So
green thumb, man. I really love growing. I could grow anything almost now. The only thing I
well,
want to try to grow is microgreens. I don't know if anybody ever tried that.
well, I'd like to start growing, but my as you guys all know, I'm trying to make my way to the other side of the country and been having a problem. I'm hoping by the next summer I'll be able to get out there. But I'd like to be able to start doing my own growing and that.
Thank you, Melvin. By the way, yes, everybody, that is Epic's link, as we have it below here in the crawl as well. But thank you, Melvin, for posting that for us and for Epic.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, and by the
So
way, Epic, you Epic, as always,
Yes.
it's a pleasure to always talk with you. But you do know something. We do have a tradition here with the Sidekick show that we do as we're getting close to a show. We always usually try to tell people where we might be sidekick bombing, because we stole that from you as an epic bomb.
Yeah.
When you're going off, sometimes you go bomb somebody. So there is a gentleman that is actually live right now. He started about an hour after we did, and it is Canadian Rights Media.
Oh, yeah,
he
right.
is live?
You-
I thought he wasn't going
He
live
is.
for.
Oh, he's been live for about 20 so minutes now. I've been keeping an eye out.
There you
I
go.
noticed that he went live. I got the notification that he went live here.
Are you guys
I
going
am gonna
to?
we are gonna go bomb him. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We're gonna side.
Are you guys going up on panel?
No. I don't think he has a link up for panel, because
Okay.
he's it's his show with Nasty, and they usually don't have anybody up. But hey, don't hesitate to go over, everybody, and link it, or say the Sidekick said, yeah.
Hell yeah! I'll meet you guys there.
I'm gonna drop that's the link that I just dropped right now. That is the link for Canadian Rights Media's live stream right now with Nasty Nathaniel. So thank you, everyone, for coming.
Okay, I'll meet
As
you guys
always,
there.
we are the Sidekick.
Yeah, and
Thank you, Epic.
Ciao, guys. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for having me on the show, and everybody in the chat. Good talking to you, and peace. See you guys.
Thanks.
The same. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
Ciao.
So one other place that we forgot to mention about our music and that, but that's okay. We can work on that for the new year.
Yeah, we do have a New Year's Eve show coming, people. So keep yourselves open or aware.
Yes.
We are, as always, the Sidekicks. We are Sidekicks on other chats, but here, who rules the roost here, Ash?
We do.
The Sidekicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the Chad.
And I'm Ashcan. And I just want to say thank you all. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on the way out, folks. So, and good night, and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Oh, and a quick thing. If you guys still would like to help out with the the homeless here. My feed the homeless part is been fulfilled. I managed to be able to get all the food that I need. But I am looking to see if I can't get a few sleeping bags because it's pretty cold out here. So if you guys feel that you can help, get a hold of me. All my information's in the About page, and just think about them out on the streets on Christmas Day. So, again, have a great night, folks, and see you in the chats.
Mhm.